Vegetables go to have a few drinks.
Salad bar?
Bingo.
Salad bar?
The salad bar. Two beans are crossing the street and bam, you get hit by a car. One of them does. We're in the hospital. Guy, the other bean is sitting outside. Doctor comes out. Doc, what happened? How is he? Doctor says, well, I have good news and bad news. Good news is he's alive. Probably, he survived. Bad news is he's going to be a vegetable the rest of his life. Okay. You got through the worst part of it. Your weekend time is very valuable, even with wonderful gardening weather that we have today. So I appreciate y'all coming out. And show of hands, how many of you are just totally brand new to the seed starting thing? Totally. All right, good. I just want to know where we're at. This is basically for that. As far as brand new, start from everything. I'm going to see some heads blow up. I'm just going to go all over and talk about so much stuff. I have a habit of probably bouncing around a little bit on the syllabus, but that's okay as long as I cover everything. Okay. Yeah, get in order. That's good.
You good hit? Yeah, a couple of drops hit me, but it's not big, nothing major.
So this is basically for total beginners, but there's some advanced stuff that hopefully we can get to. And we'll start out with what you need. First of all, why do we want to do this? Why do we want to start our own seeds? Mainly it's because if you go to a nursery, they're going to have some varieties of some vegetables, but basically you're at the mercy of what they have in their selection. Whereas if you get into starting your own seeds, you're going to have access to literally hundreds, it's a whole new world, hundreds of the various awesome heirloom and special varieties that are available. Not only that, but you get that, really warm feeling. I feel like a surrogate father, because you get the joy of starting them from here and watching them grow to the point to where you're then getting them out in your garden. So you better grow good, or I'm putting your baby pictures on Facebook. So that's why we do that. So I'm going to start out by, it's one of those things that's an initial investment, but you get it back in the advantage of what I just said, as well as saving money and trouble on getting your transplants and stuff. Plus it's just really fun. To me, I think you've really arrived at being an experienced gardener, and this is one of the check marks of that, is that you're able to successfully do your own seeds. It tries your patience, but it's also extremely rewarding. So I'm going to run down some of the stuff that you actually need. For the seeds to grow and germinate, obviously you need air, water, soil, and to some extent some warmth, depending on the variety. So for the water, I really recommend a smaller can like this. And I really like, for storage, I love these. These are the 3-quart containers. And the reason why we're going to have these is because, I don't know about you, but I don't like to jump in and shower in a really cold shower. I don't like to do it. Well, neither do the seeds. Seeds really do not want freezing cold water when you're watering them. So if you were in my garden room, which is one of my extra bedrooms in a house, I have a whole storage silo of a few of these. The idea being is that this is regular warm tap water, and I'm going to use this to actually pour in here to do my watering. And so for the warmth, first of all, let's talk about light. I don't have them here, they don't carry them here, but they need light. You do not have to have the lights on until they actually break the surface, but they need to have lights, and you could buy the regular grow lights, and they come in the various sizes and stuff like that. That will supply them with the light that they need. If you're going to build your own light structure, you don't need to get the expensive grow light, special plant light type bulbs. You can just get the regular shop bulbs. But questions come around and they say, well, you know, can you really, I just do it in a windowsill? You can, only if the windowsill really has a lot of light during the day and it's very bright. See, here's the problem. The plants are going to want to get towards the strong amount of light, and they're going to get long in what's called leggy, which means they're trying to reach, you know, the sunlight because it's strong and they want to have it. Well, if you don't have really strong light that's coming out of the your window where you don't have the grow lights, then that's what's going to happen. They're going to be stretching, you know, to reach the light, and that's really kind of bad news because they're very prone, they're going to be weak, and of course they're very, you know, they could break. So you really want to have the grow lights as well. Sir?
You're saying that basic leading fluorescent light will do it?
Absolutely. Let me quickly describe my setup that I have at home. Imagine a shelf unit, this regular Plano brand shelf thing. It's plastic. It's got 4 columns that support the shelves. And if you give me your email address or contact me, by the way, I'm getting ahead of myself. My name is Greg Holsworth, and I've been gardening here. We live in Plano, and I've been gardening since I got here in '99, and we have a big yard in the back, and I've been doing that. Seed starting I've been doing maybe for about half that time, so maybe a few years. And 3 years ago I started a little gardening business called Your Own Victory Garden. And that business does 3 basic things. I install and put in organic raised bed gardens, and I have some packages. I also will do what I call garden structures. Let's say you have a garden, you need a trellis or a cold frame, just some other item like that, compost bins, you know, stuff like that. I adopted my late father's woodworking skills, and I build that type of stuff. So I'm kind of a woodworker, not totally experienced, but you know. And then lastly is just, you know, consulting and teaching and just doing stuff like what I like to do here, you know, just sharing what I know. So that's that. But anyway, the grow light, I have a garden room. It's one of my 2 man caves. The shelf unit, imagine the shelf unit having 2 2-foot fluorescent fixtures, and imagine holes up and down through the plastic, the tubes. Then the 2 grow lights, here's the grow lights, they're attached to a piece of wood, and then imagine bolts that are going through the posts, okay? This is the cheapo MacGyver way of raising and lowering it, because with the more expensive units, they'll have the little chain thing and the little way of you to lower it. Now I have kind of a cheapo way of doing that, so you have that. Why is that important? Why do you need to move them up and down? When you're growing these, this is extremely critical on what I just talked about with the getting leggy. That light is right on them. And I mean right on.